Here we are live, back at it. I decided to change up 2K23 a good bit here. I went in to every single team and downloaded a team design. In my team designs, we have Alabama, Xavier, St. Mary's, Utah, Michigan State, Miami, Ohio State, Iowa State, TCU, North Carolina, the defending national champions, UConn, Arizona State, Kansas State, I was going to say K-State, Creighton, Oklahoma, Oregon, Arizona, Kansas, Missouri, Gonzaga, Virginia, Georgia, Syracuse, Michigan, Kentucky, Texas A&M, Florida, Texas, USC, Notre Dame, Indiana, Maryland, Purdue, UCLA. My current team that I will be using for this My League, Marquette, and lastly, the Duke Blue Devils and Campbell Indoor Stadium. So if you want to take a look at what we're rocking with here, the reason I chose Marquette is mainly just look how clean these are. We got our Big East badge, the American flag, the blue. We got the dark blue, the navy. It's just clean. And the alternate, I'm not sure what the alternate is. I think it's just some trash. Yeah. So what I do from time to time is if I'm here and they don't have an alternate and I do want an alternate, what we could do is we can go down to download team design and we can look for Marquette personally. And I've done this for every team already and I've tried to find the best one. Okay. I thought that's how you spell Marquette. Alright, never mind. I'm just going to pretend I know how to spell Marquette, and that's not it. We could try it this way just in case. I kind of want to find one with a nice alternate jersey. Here we go. I kind of like my Marquette jerseys better than that. Here we go. There we go. Beautiful. We like it. If we approve of it, apply design. Boom. So now here we go. Let me just double check my identity's good. Marquette golden user. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Beautiful. Beautiful and beautiful. Love to see it. We love to see it. Alright, so let's look through the power rankings. So what we did was we went out and we redesigned every single team one by one for each franchise and built out the Western Conference in no order. We are going to have Big East teams in here. We're going to have Big Ten teams in here. We're going to have Pac-12 teams in here, ACC, SEC, and in the Eastern team as well. We have Western Coast of Conference with Gonzaga. We have SEC here, Pac-12 here, Independent, ACC. You know, it's a plethora. We did, instead of the usual 30, we have 36 teams. So I added 6 extra teams just so I can actually get even more college teams into this league. If we want to see what happened was with the current best team is we did a serpentine draft for every single team, a fantasy serpentine draft with currently updated up to the Wembanyama draft. Wembanyama will not be in this current league as Wembanyama and Scoot Henderson will be in the upcoming rookie draft. So if we look at the best team, on paper, they're giving it to Arizona. Why? Maybe it's not entirely sure. But Arizona has been known to be a really, really good team. So That's fine with me. C.J. McCollum at point, Kelly Oubre Jr., Gordon Hayward, Giannis, Jared Allen, Bogdanovich, Dylan Shanghai Brooks. Okay, this team does not look scary besides Giannis, to be honest. Pretty sure Gordon Hayward is regressing. Jared Allen's pretty solid too. This is a really good defensive interior team, but that's fine. So if we want to find Marquette, who we're rocking with, where is my Marquette? Here's Marquette. I have Josh Giddey at point, Jamal Murray, my shooting guard, Keegan Murray, I move him to small forward, Ben Simmons, power forward, Clint Capella center. Off the bench, we're going to have Jonathan Isaac running with Jalen Suggs, my boy from Duke, Lucas Kennard and Duncan Robinson, as well as rounding out the five with Dwight Howard for the second team. Our rivals in this are going to be Syracuse, the Qs out of New York City, the Zags, one of the best college basketball programs in existence, the TCU Purple Stadium Horned Frogs, and honestly, one of my favorites by a mile on how they look is the University of North Carolina. And I just want to show you how beautiful North Carolina's gear looks, if we could find this for a second. I believe the one that I have loaded in, they have a black alternate jersey, Jordan out. It is absolutely breathtaking to play. UConn's very nice too. I really like playing at UConn Stadium. Ohio State has a great stadium. Ohio State just looks so clean, to be honest. Bama, pretty nice. Pretty nice. Can't argue much with Alabama. Just clean, good SEC school. So I have all of these that I have saved into my team. All of them I load in, and then I can nitpick when I get onto that team if they saved all correctly. Like I believe Syracuse, I have the Brooklyn Nets stadium. I did go in independently when I did load in Syracuse and change the team to a new save file, just like I did for Marquette to get some alternate jerseys. So here we go. We're just doing I believe it's a 17 or 14 or whatever it is game season. I'm going to play each game 3-minute quarters. The idea is to just go and play as many college games as possible, get good gameplay, play in cool stadiums, and when I do get into playoffs, I can try and look for a March Madness stadium, put some time into maybe building a March Madness stadium for the playoffs for my user-controlled games, stuff like that. I'm not entirely sure what that method would look like. It would probably be going into the My League automation. This is also how I did this in the first place. So with My League, you have to go in and do user controlled for every single team. And then once you go on the team, you press your right stick over to change and toggle between teams. And you have to go into relocation, upload, download team design, choose the team. Then you switch to the next and do the same thing repeatedly for every single team. If you do not have every My Team design downloaded already, you can set it up that way. It'll take some more time, but a good thing to do is if you go down the route of starting a few of these, right? You want to go into this right here where you can upload and manage your team designs. So I have a brand new Marquette that I really like. So I can easily go here and I can press this upload button up here in the top left, right here, just left of Arizona State and above Alabama, and I can upload this new Marquette design. So now I'll have it'd be 4 pages of my team designs, but I would have 2 Marquettes in here and the newer Marquette that I'm using instead of the old Marquette that I already have in here. I think back here somewhere, which is with the messed up jersey or not having the alternate. But that's how you set it up to do this. You do the draft normally. You bring in the relocation, the expansion teams, and you just do it that way. So that is the basis of the league. So if we want to look at the power rankings of the league here, or let's see if we can look for who's on whose team. What is the best team that we have to look out for? So Marquette, obviously my team, is Giddey and Murray. That's going to be my two-headed guys. Running Josh at point, progress him. Jamal Murray, a shooting guard, progress him. I like his release in this game, so it should be, hopefully. I'm playing on Hall of Fame here. Everything's Hall of Famed out, so we'll see what happens. Alabama has LeBron James and Anthony Simmons. Alabama lands LeBron James. Paul George will be rocking an Xavier jersey with Kristaps Porzingis and Spencer Dinwiddie. Ja Morant is going to become a St. Mary's Gale. I do not have Ja Morant's alma mater in this game. I do not care about Ja Morant's alma mater in this game. James Harden is going to be coming out of Utah. Bam Adebayo is going to be coming out of Michigan State. He was a Kentucky boy. Franz Wagner is going to be playing for Michigan State, even though he went to Michigan. That'll be very interesting. Jimmy Butler actually lands in Miami. He did come out of Marquette. I do not have Jimmy Butler. And DeJounte Murray. Wow, Jimmy Butler representing the University of Miami. That is kind of cool. Jason Tatum, the Duke phenom, will be representing Arizona State. Brandon Ingram, another great Duke athlete, will be coming out of the University of Connecticut. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the rising phenom out of Kentucky, will be repping UNC with DeAndre Ayton, who comes out of the Pac-12. Michael Porter Jr. out of Missouri will also find his way. This is a very nice team. Watch out for University of North Carolina. We will be playing against them a few times, I believe, this year. Jaylen Brown will be leading TCU with Chris Paul and Christian Wood. Kyrie Irving, another Duke phenom coming out of Iowa State. He'll look very interesting in the red colors with Miles Bridges, Michigan State. Russell Westbrook, another great UCLA player. Oh, that was all players. Okay, Ohio State. We have Drew Holiday will be taking Ohio State and DeMar DeRozan. Interesting. Some Pac-12 players going and teaming up in Ohio State to bring them back to the realm of relevancy. Jaren Jackson Jr. will end up in Kansas State. He is a Michigan State phenom. Jalen Green, Markelle Fultz. Very nice young team here. Very, very nice young team here. Tobias Harris, probably their oldest by a mile. Tobias, wow, okay. K-State drafts for youth here. Kevin Durant will be a Creighton Blue Jay. That is going to look very weird. Brooke Lopez, Jordan Poole, Creighton. Okay, Creighton has some shooters. All right. Donovan Mitchell will be a Sooner. Not sure how he feels about that. Zach LaVine, another Pac-12 phenom coming over to represent the red brand, the Sooners. Miles Turner and Damian Lillard going to look very, very clean. Even R.J. Barrett going to look very clean in these Oregon jerseys. I love Oregon's court. I love playing against Oregon. Here's the number one team in the power rankings. Giannis Antetokounmpo, Jared Allen, and C.J. McCollum. We could also throw in Shanghai Dillon Brooks into the mix here. Arizona Wildcats, defensive first, it seems. Jalen Brunson will find his way to Kansas to represent the Jayhawks. Jalen Brunson, I believe, won the national championship in college with the Villanova. Forgot what Villanova even is, to be honest with you. Evan Mobley. Ooh. And Anthony Edwards and Marcus Smart. This is a very, very nice team. Wow. Michigan. Watch out for them. Syracuse Orange. Nobody's scaring me here. Tyrese Maxey, Paolo Banchero, Bobby Portis, and Colin Sexton. I like it. Sure, build on you side. Syracuse, don't think this is a good team that they're going to play a lot of 2-3 zoning since they are kind of trash, but we'll see what happens. Devin Booker ends up representing the Georgia Bulldogs in the red with Draymond, Crybaby Green, and Yusuf Nurkic. A little John Wall sighting here, and Lonnie Walker will be down in Georgia. Are any of these players from Georgia? The answer is no. Georgia has none of their own. Julius Randle, the Kentucky boy. Michael Bridges, Mikal Bridges, Ivica Subak. Ivica was Croatia. Interesting. Virginia, interesting team. Don't really care about Virginia. It just looks like they are defensive first because who's really scoring here? Steph Curry ends up with Gonzaga. Wow, Gonzaga looking to remain a dominant name in the college scene. They find Curry, Keldon Johnson, and Wendell Carter Jr. and Bol Bol. Okay, Gonzaga coming out saying, hey, Curry, go shoot all you want. We're just going to try and get you rebounds. We're going to throw Bol Bol in at power forward and Wendell Carter in at center. Don't worry, just shoot the ball. That seems to be Gonzaga's motive this year. Tyrese Halliburton ends up in Missouri. This is an interesting sighting. And this team doesn't scare me in the slightest. Very young, very youthful. Watch out for Missouri coming out with Tyrese. And I think Trey Murphy should progress pretty well. So we'll see what happens there. Nikola Jokic will be representing Kentucky. If he did go to college, where would he go? Probably not Kentucky, as he was not heavily recruited, honestly, anywhere. Kyle Kuzma, I believe he was a Utah boy. He was. And Lonzo Ball, the UCLA baby, all ending up, Herb Jones, fresh out of the Alabama penitentiary, right to the NBA, then right back to University of Kentucky. That'll be very interesting for him. Finds another SEC home that he has to call home. Luka Doncic ends up on one of the best up-and-coming programs in the country, the University of Texas. And that's about it. I'm not entirely sure who this freaking guy is. Okay, good luck, Luka. Seems like you're just going to shoot the ball. This is a lot like Gonzaga. How about we just draft some big dudes and Luka or Curry, you guys just run around and try and score. Good luck with that one. Domantas Sabonis and Scotty Barnes with Jaden Ivey. Any point guard. Davian Mitchell. I believe he's out of Baylor. He is indeed. All right. Interesting. I kind of like the team. I don't really care for Domantas Sabonis. I kind of like Jaden Ivey. I really like Scotty Barnes. I think he should progress pretty well. We will see how UCLA unfolds. Zion Williamson goes back to college, and he ends up being a Terrapin. Zion Williamson will be in Maryland with Klay Thompson and D'Angelo Russell. I really like this team. I know Klay Thompson's on the older side of 32. Zion being young, D'Lo 1-year contract, so that'll be tough for what they do here. But honestly, Maryland has a great chance to play really well this year. And Buddy Hield, don't forget Buddy Hield coming in there, round out the starting the five there. The number one consensus seed this year, March Madness 2023, of the Boilermakers, who did fall to my alma mater, the Fairleigh Dickinson Knights, will be sporting no big man. Oh, actually, they will be sporting a big man like the young man that they have at the helm now, but they will go with Chet Holmgren. Purdue building around Chet for the future with De'Aaron Fox and Jabari Smith. Okay, Purdue will stay very big, actually. This could be a very good team, especially with De'Aaron Fox on a 4-year deal. You could bring in Desmond Bane walks. You can bring in another shooting guard here, and you have Chet, Jabari, and De'Aaron Fox already ready to roll. Okay, this could be a problem. Purdue looks very good. The Duke Blue Devils will have Darius Garland, Karl-Anthony Towns, the Kentucky product, And Kevin Horter out of Maryland. DeAndre Hunter. Okay, nothing really scary here. I know Darius Garland becomes very, very good, I believe, with his potential. Karl Anthony Towns, surprisingly younger than I thought. I'm pretty sure Karl Anthony Towns is older than 26, but I could be mistaken. I am actually very caught off guard looking at the age of Karl Anthony Towns. But overall, a very, very nice team. And Karl Anthony Towns is actually 27, not 26. But I guess this is a year behind where we are now. So Karl Anthony Towns is a lot younger than I thought he was. And he's on a 5-year. Fuck. Oh my gosh. That is a contract and a half. Darius Garland, Cat, Kevin Horter, DeAndre Hunter. Duke Blue Devils looking to bring some pride and joy back to Cameron Indoor. LaMelo Ball is going to go to Texas A&M with Rudy Gobert. And anybody else? Shaden Sharp, I guess? Jalen, I mean, what even is this team? Obi Toppin? Like, I saw, okay. Like, what? Okay. Good. Okay, I mean, I guess Shaden Sharp becomes pretty solid. I don't know. I don't really care about this team. They do not scare me in the slightest. The Florida Gators will get the Brow and Tyler Hero. This oddly enough, this kind of makes sense to me for the Florida Gators. They have a good big man and then just a white guy in the corner. That sounds like the Florida Gators that I was expecting. And Tyus Jones, little Duke product. Really good point guard, actually. Let's see how he progresses in this dynasty. Kawhi Leonard will take his quiet talents to the quiet city of Notre Dame to be part of the Fighting Irish with Bradley Beal and Jonas Valanciunas. And John Collins also ends up there. Very nice team. Very nice team. I must say, Notre Dame looks pretty solid. Defense, shooter, lockup. Okay, Notre Dame will be tough to beat, but beatable, I believe. Indiana Hoosiers will take Trae Young and Pascal Siakam and Cameron Johnson. Pretty nice picks. Interesting team. Not bad. I'd say mid. I'm not a big fan of Trae Young. I think he's tiny. I mean, he's a small little man. He's a $164 wet. So pretty sure any point guard in the league besides Isaiah Thomas can lock up Trae Young. Just gonna put that out there. We're going to go to UCLA, and we're going to see Joel Embiid, the number 3 draft pick out of Kansas from 2014. 97 overall. Fred VanVleet. Andrew Wiggins is going to look, honestly, in my opinion, very nice in UCLA colors. Okay, this is a very nice team. I like Andrew Wiggins, Joel. I like this 3-headed monster. Is there any depth here? They have... Is this... Are they related? Not sure. And then Marquette Golden Eagles, Josh Giddey, Jamal Murray, Clint Capella, my big 3. And then to round it out, Keegan, Jonathan, Ben, who I moved to power forward, Jalen, Luke. I like Luke, my young Duke corner white guy. I move him to shooting guard. And Duncan Robinson's ass at the bottom. That is the setup to the league. We will be getting into game 1 tomorrow. Come back, see us. That is the breakdown. Drop your comments. Who are your favorite teams? What are your power rankings looking like? What do you think shakes out for this upcoming season? And coming up into the draft, here is, after all the power rankings have come out to start the year, Utah holds their draft picks from what they have last year. Scoot Henderson currently mocked to go to Utah. Aggies landing Victor Wembanyama will look very weird in some Texas A&M colors. Amen Thompson, one of the Thompson brothers, will end up in Texas. Dariq Whitehead to Utah. Brandon Miller going 5 to UCLA. Nick Smith Jr. landing 6 to the Sooners. Cam Whitmore out of Nova going to Kentucky. Derek Lively out of Duke. I am more than okay with taking Derek Lively if I end up with the 8th pick. Grady Dickens. If he comes in that red suit, I might take him at 8. Taylor Hendricks. Anybody going to the same college? I think that would be very interesting to see. Probably not. Well, that is the end. This is what the first round of the first mock of the year is coming out to look like. That is it for the league. Our first game of the year is going to be UConn. Cade Cunningham, Jordan Clarkson, Brandon Ingram, Terry Taylor, James Wiseman will be facing off in the next episode against Josh Giddey, Jamal Murray, Keegan Murray, Ben Simmons, and Clint Capella in the first game of the NBA NCAA Revamped 2K23 edition.